Meet Sam Dawson, the most dedicated and hardworking employee at this local Starbucks. Sam is a man on the autism spectrum who embraces his condition with pride and never lets it reduce his excitement for life. One regular morning, Sam receives a call from the hospital with life-changing news. He is about to become a father. He rushes through the busy streets of New York to reach the hospital where he finds Rebecca, the mother of his soon-to-be-born daughter in labor. He tries to assist her, but is pushed aside.
Are you okay?
Soon, after the nurses introduce him to a beautiful baby girl, and in that moment, Sam knows he would do anything for her. As a huge fan of the Beatles, he names her Lucy Diamond Dawson, inspired by one of their songs, Unlike Sam. Rebecca is not happy about the birth of their child. As Sam holds Lucy and runs to catch the bus home, Rebecca quietly changes direction and disappears into the crowd. She and Sam were never truly in a relationship, and she suddenly decides she is not ready for motherhood. Sam calls after her, but she is gone. Left alone with his newborn daughter, he stands there helplessly as the bus doors close. Despite his challenges, Sam puts all his effort into being the father his daughter needs. He wakes up in the middle of the night to change her using cloth and safety pins as makeshift diapers. He goes to Target to buy formula diapers and other baby supplies. Even though the large store confuses him, Sam is doing his best. But Lucy continues to cry constantly and rarely sleeps. Hearing the noise, Sam's neighbor Annie offers to help. She explains that babies need to be fed every 2 hours and suggests he leave Nickelodeon on the TV to keep track of time. She also gives him a feeding guide based on the shows. Completely absorbed in caring for his daughter, Sam begins to neglect other parts of his life. Luckily, his friends Brad, Robert Joe, and Ifty are there to support him.
What about Wednesday night at IHOP? Baby, she looks so dumb. Yeah.
However, by spending more time with Sam and Lucy, his friends help ease the pressure off his shoulders. They play with Lucy and help take Sam's mind off his exhausting responsibilities. Days go by, and Lucy keeps growing. Since he cannot take her to work, Sam asks Annie to babysit. She hesitates at first, but eventually gives in to Lucy's sweet eyes and agrees. Herself back in class on purpose, so she can remain at the same learning level as her father, even though she is only 7 years old. This deeply upsets Sam, and that night he asks Lucy to read the difficult English book for him. Lucy refuses and says she does not want to read anything that her daddy cannot read. Sam tells her that seeing her succeed makes him happy. Eventually, she agrees and reads the book out loud to him. The following Wednesday, Sam and Lucy go to Bob's Big Boy instead of IHOP. Lucy is excited and knows exactly what she wants to order, but Sam insists on ordering French pancakes with fruit, topping the same thing he usually gets at the other restaurant. When the waitress tells him that they do not serve that meal, he becomes frustrated and starts to raise his voice. Lucy feels scared to see him like that. The waitress calms him down by saying she will ask the chef if they can make it. Lucy slowly starts to feel embarrassed by her father's behavior. Later, Sam plans a surprise party for Lucy's birthday and invites her friends, including Connor and his father. While they are waiting for Lucy, Margaret Calgrove from the Department of Child and Family Services arrives. During the party, Sam gets into an argument with Connor that turns physical when Connor's father pushes Sam away from his child. In the heat of the moment, Connor yells out that Lucy told all her friends that she is adopted and that Sam is not her real father.
Don't touch me!
Given the fact that
She said you're not her real father anyway.
Witnessing the situation and how Sam reacted with Connor, Margaret decides that Lucy is not safe with him. She takes Lucy into custody and tells Sam that any further discussions must happen in court. The judge and then informs Sam that he is only allowed to visit Lucy 2 times a week for 2 hours until the case is fully reviewed. Sam breaks down and begins yelling, demanding to take Lucy home with him, but no one listens, and he is asked to leave. Feeling lost and desperate, his friends suggest that he hire a lawyer and hand him an ad from the Yellow Pages. Following their advice, he eventually finds his way to the office of a woman named Rita Harrison. She is short-tempered and impatient, constantly constantly struggling to balance being a successful lawyer and a responsible mother. Sam tells her about Lucy and tries to show her pictures, but she refuses to take his case, knowing that he cannot afford her fees. Still, she tells him to leave his number with her assistant, as she might know a friend who handles such cases. Wanting to afford a good lawyer, Sam asks his boss for a promotion so he can make coffee instead of just cleaning, but his boss is hesitant. Not giving up, Sam later tracks down Rita at an office party and asks her if she has spoken to her friend. Yet Rita brushes him off and says she will let him know if she hears anything. When her colleagues ask who Sam is, she lies and tells them that he is her pro bono client just to appear generous, and everyone laughs, knowing how unlikely that is for someone like her. Meanwhile, the day of Sam and Lucy's first monitored visit finally arrives, and Sam is running late. Lucy insists on waiting because she knows her father will come. Eventually, an hour and 45 minutes into their 2-hour session, she sees him running toward her. She jumps up to meet him, and they sit together. Sam tells Lucy about Rita, and Lucy, feeling guilty for everything, says she would never want any other daddy. Sam comforts her and tells her she has nothing to apologize for. He promises to buy an answering machine so she can send him messages. Sam later receives a letter from the court addressed to his lawyer and decides to drop it off at Rita's office. At first, she tries to ignore him, but when her co-workers start gossiping about her and doubting her ability to take a case like his, she takes it on for free, just to prove them wrong. The letter states that Sam must appear for a mandatory psychological evaluation that same day at 3 p.m. Seeing how urgent it is, Rita offers to give him a ride in her car. Sam is not fond of psychologists, as he had seen too many of them during his childhood, and the stress makes it hard for him to answer the questions properly. As the therapist asks him about Lucy, he grows anxious and paranoid, giving answers that do not help his case. While preparing for court, Rita tries to gather witnesses who can speak positively about Sam as a father. Though his friends are supportive, none of their statements are strong enough to convince a judge. Frustrated, she storms into the Starbucks where Sam works and demands that he find someone who can truly vouch for him as a parent. Sam thinks of Annie and asks for her help, but she suffers from severe agoraphobia and refuses to leave her home, saying that showing up in court would only make things worse for him. Eventually, the day of the hearing arrives, and all of Sam's friends show up to support him in court. The psychologist states that Sam has admitted to being confused as a parent and to having made significant mistakes during his life with Lucy. The Department of Child and Family Services attempts to use this against him, but Rita steps in and questions the psychologist so intensely that she ends up crying. While Sam feels sad that Rita made her cry, he is mostly just grateful that she is helping him. He offers to buy her lunch, but she stops him and tells him he doesn't need to pretend to be mature. This hurts Sam deeply, because he wants his lawyer to believe in his maturity. During one of their supervised visits, Lucy tells Sam that he is allowed to take her to the park. He takes her, but she refuses to get off the bus. She wants to run away with him. Thankfully, Sam knows this is wrong and takes her back to the foster home, but only manages to do so at 3 a.m. Lucy's caseworker is furious, but Rita pleads with her to show compassion given Sam's condition. The next day in court, Lucy is called to testify. Willing to do anything to return to her father, she lies on the stand. Sam wants her back more than anything, but also does not want his daughter to lie for his sake. He prays for Lucy every night, and seeing his desperation, Annie decides to help. She overcomes her severe agoraphobia and comes to court to testify on Sam's behalf. Although her emotional response about her own father weakens her testimony slightly, her support matters. After court, Sam and Rita drop Annie off and go to Rita's house to prepare for the next day. There, they find Rita's son Willie sitting alone, watching TV. It's clear that both his parents work too much and that he has no one around. He is cold and distant towards his mother, and their relationship is strained. Rita tries to teach Sam how to twist the truth to help his case, but he refuses to lie. They spend the night preparing his testimony and bonding over parenting. She even lends him one of her husband's suits for court. The big day arrives. Sam has been promoted at work and is now allowed to make coffee, but he struggles with the rush and accidentally ruins the suit, which makes him late for court. The opposing counsel is ready to use everything against him. When Sam finally arrives, he answers questions just as he practiced with Rita. He begins to open up about his past, how he was institutionalized, and admits he may not be able to give Lucy everything she deserves, blaming himself for losing her. As they say goodbye, Sam and Lucy cannot bear to part. Their bond is too strong. Lucy becomes cold and resistant towards her new foster family at first, but slowly starts warming up to them. Meanwhile, Sam shuts himself off and stops attending scheduled meetings with Lucy. Rita makes multiple attempts to reach him but fails. Frustrated, she forces her way into his apartment and finds him hiding behind a wall of origami. When she begs him to let her help, Sam tells her he's not perfect like she is. This enrages Rita, who breaks down and confesses that her life is a mess. Her husband is cheating, her colleagues dislike her, and her son can barely stand her. She cries.
You're perfect!
Oh, is that right?
People-
Far more perfect than me. Then he looks at me.
And Sam comforts her with a hug. The two share a vulnerable moment. Motivated by their talk, Sam takes on another job and begins visiting Lucy again. When he returns, Lucy's foster mother is surprised, telling him his absence hurt the girl. Sam apologizes to Lucy, who is angry and confused, and reassures her that he loves her and was simply afraid. At Sam's next evaluation, Rita highlights all the changes Sam has made for Lucy, only to be interrupted by Margaret, who announces that the foster family is now pushing for adoption. This news crushes Sam. Rita suggests pushing for joint custody, but Sam feels as if she's giving up on him. He cries, confessing how much he needs Lucy. Rita, emotional herself, makes a dark joke about her failing marriage, and they share a laugh to ease the pain. Sam decides to take a step closer to Lucy. He moves into an apartment just down the street from her foster home so she can visit him often. One night, Lucy sneaks out and walks to Sam's apartment. Although overjoyed, he takes her back home and hands her over to the foster parents. Their bond grows stronger, and Lucy starts sneaking out often, much to Sam's concern. When the family installs a fence to keep her in, Lucy tries to sneak out through the front door, but is caught by Randy, her foster mother. Randy gently offers her IHOP corn cakes and promises she can visit Sam anytime, but must inform her first. As Lucy grows closer to her father, she begins to drift from Randy. Later, Rita and Willie visit Sam's apartment to prepare for the adoption hearing. She gives him another suit, and the two are optimistic. That night, Randy shows up at Sam's door with a sleeping Lucy in her arms. Crying, she tells Sam that she can never love Lucy the way he does, and promises to support him in court. Sam tells her he always wanted Lucy to have a mother, and asks Randy to be that for her. She accepts without hesitation. In the end, Sam gains full custody of his daughter. Lucy is loved, smart, and happy. The movie closes with a soccer game where Sam, Randy, her husband, Rita, Willie, and all of Sam's friends cheer Lucy on together.